Okay, so this is workshop 5.4, and this is, guys, Dan just pointed out, he just pointed out something on 5.4. There are 3 under 5.4, and we've already done one of them. It was actually the first one we did. But this is the 3rd one. We're not going to do the 2nd one, so you can just skip the 2nd one on 5.4. This one is use systems to solve problems. Okay, that's what you're going to do. Now, the math on this is not hard. Matthew, if you can go ahead and get in courtesy mode for me, please. The math on this is not hard because you already know how to solve systems. And I do not care how you solve these problems. You can do it graphing, you can do it substitution, you can do it addition, whatever's your favorite way. Okay? What you guys tend to think is hard on this is how do I even set the problem up? Okay? So I'm going to show you a couple tricks today that I hope will help you with word problems to help you set them up. The first thing I want you to do is these will always be your 3 steps whenever you're solving word problems that involve systems. Your first step is to always define which part of the problem is going to be X and which part of the problem is going to be Y. Okay? It does, and I'll give you a hint about that in a minute. And then the second step is going to be to write the system. And then you can solve it. Okay? So solving it's not the hard part. We've been learning how to do that. It's getting it set up. Now, here's your hint about defining what is X and what is Y. If you will let the part of the problem that follows the word than, if you will let that be your X, it will make things a lot simpler for you. Okay? So let's read this scenario and let's figure out what 2 things we have in the problem, what 2 things are we trying to figure out, and then figure out which one's X and which one's Y. So we got Julio bought a total of 20 medium and large pumpkins. He bought 6 more large than medium. Find the number of medium and large pumpkins. So what are the 2 things that we're trying to find?
The
large pumpkins and medium pumpkins. Now, which one of those is going to be X? Which one follows the word than?
Large pumpkins.
Nope.
Follows.
Medium. It follows it. It's after it. So medium is going to be X. So X is going to be our medium pumpkins. And Y is going to be our large pumpkins.
You should go after then.
Okay.
That's better.
After then. There we go. Make it more clear. Okay? So X is going to be medium. Y is going to be large. All right. Now we're ready to write our system. Okay? Let everybody get a chance to get that down. When you're writing the system of equations, there should be 2 sentences, and those 2 sentences will be your 2 equations. Remember, a system is 2 or more equations. I'm never going to make you do more than 2 at a time, so we'll just be doing 2 equations. So when we're writing our system, we're going to look at the 2 sentences, and that should be our 2 equations. Okay? 2 sentences, 2 equations.
You know that X plus Y plus 20.
Okay, let's hang on one second just because I want to get everybody a chance to write it down before we move on so they understand. Okay? All right. So, our first sentence says, and that should be our first equation, our first sentence says, Julio bought a total of 20 medium and large pumpkins. Who thinks they know what the equation for that would be?
X plus Y equals 20.
X plus Y equals 20. A medium plus the large have got to equal 20 because that total means I need to add them together, right? Okay, now the second sentence is a little bit harder.
X plus
Okay?
6 or plus Y.
like
Would it be y plus 6? Would it be y equals 6 plus x?
You got it, Don. Well, not, okay, you should have stopped there.
Y equals 6x
No?
plus y plus 6.
Y equals 6 plus x, because the large is 6 more than the medium. So the large equals 6 plus the medium. So it's y equals 6 plus x for your second one. Now, there's your system. Now, which method do you think would be the easiest on this one?
Addition.
You like addition. Now, if you do addition on this one, there's not a right or wrong answer here. But if you do addition on this one, you're going to have to do something to this equation.
That negative 1 to the y.
Well, there's something else you got to do. Does anybody see? Can anybody see what you might have to do if you use addition on this one? What do you mean, Kaylee?
Change everything that's on one side to the other.
Yeah, if you use addition on this one, I'm going to write it down over here.
You ain't gotta change it to y equals, do you?
Okay,
Oh, well,
you. Okay, look, Kaylee, what would you switch? Yeah.
I would subtract x on the top.
You would move this over here. Okay, either way. So she says she would move this over here because that one is there. So her first equation would say 20 minus x, and her second equation would say 6 plus x, and now they're lined up, so now she can add them.
The x's cancel out.
They do, so that's good news. Now, how many y's are there?
2.
2, so it's 2y equals 26. Divide by 2. So y is 13. Okay? Okay, what would x be?
you play 6 plus first and second.
Yep. So x would be 7. Now, guys, here's another reason why it's important for you to find your variable first. Because Math Lab's going to say how many medium pumpkins and how many large. And if you didn't define your variable, you don't know which one of those is medium and which one's large, right? So if you go back, and I'm waiting because I know some people are getting them down, but if you go back, which one did we call the medium?
The medium one.
Which ones were medium? X or Y? X. So 7 is medium, and this one is large. So it's always important to figure out what's going to be X and what's going to be Y.
Well, not probably much time to work on this one.
Okay? No, but you got a whole day and a half next week. I wanted to get the workshop out of the way before I left town. So that's what I'm doing. Going to Indianapolis Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm gonna get it going.
I have a conference to go to. Okay, let's do one more scenario. Does anybody need this still?
No.
Okay. The next one I won't go through and solve, but if you had graphed that, where would those two lines intersect if you had graphed that?
7 and 13.
7, 13 would be your point of intersection. You know, and if you had solved it by substitution, you should get the same answer, right? So it doesn't matter to me how you solve it. Whatever you like to do the best. Okay? Anybody need this still? Okay. Let's go back and look at the next scenario. All right. Got a lot of chatter, so let's cut the chatter out. We're almost done. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, so Arnold's dog weighs 10 pounds less than twice his brother's dog. The dog's combined weight is 50 pounds. Find the weight of each dog. So what two things are we talking about in this problem? What two things are we trying to find? Caden.
Yeah, his other dog.
Yeah, Arnold's dog, his brother Bob and his other brother Bob. No, have y'all seen that? His brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. That's like an old show. Sorry, y'all need to watch it sometime. It's called Newhart.
That's really confusing.
And this one guy, he was like a janitor guy, and he had a brother Daryl, and he also had another brother Daryl. So his dog and his other brother dog. Yeah. So we got his dog and his brother's dog, right? Arnold's dog and his brother's dog.
Yeah.
All right. So which one is going to be X? Brother's dog. How'd you know that?
Because it's after less.
It's after than, right there. So this one, his brother's dog, is going to be X. And we're talking about their weight. So it's his brother's dog's weight. Okay? So that means that Y is going to be Arnold's dog's weight. Okay? So his brother's dog's weight followed that word than, or what was after that word than.
Twice.
Okay, now we're ready to look at our two sentences and figure out our two equations. Okay, so let's look at this first sentence right here. Guys, it might be helpful for you to do this because you don't have the paper, because it's on your screen. But right now, there's Arnold's dog. What letter can I put in place of Arnold's dog?
X.
Nope. Y. Yeah. Y weighs, so equals 10 pounds. What do you think I should put for less than? Minus
2X.
twice his brother. His brother's dog is X. Twice means 2 times. Everybody see that? What I just did? Now, there's one little thing wrong with that.
50.
Anybody know what it is? The equation shouldn't look like this. There's one little thing wrong with it. Donovan, I need your group to pay attention.
Pay attention.
Okay, let me tell you what's wrong with it. Let's say that Ryan has $20 and I have $5 less than Ryan. How much money do I have? 15. How'd you get it? You did 20 minus 5, didn't you? Did you do 5 minus 20 or 20 minus 5? 20 minus 5. Even though I said I had $5 less than, even though the 5 came first, you did 20 minus 5, not 5 minus 20, right? So what's wrong with this?
It's not 10 minus 2.
It's not 10 minus 2x, it's
2X minus 2.
it's 2x minus 10. That's what it should be. It should be 2x minus 10. Okay?
Well, why, so why is it like that? It's just not like
Because it's 10 less than this.
that. Oh, okay.
So this has to come first, and then I take the 10 off. Okay? All right, now, next sentence says that their combined weight is 50 pounds.
X plus Y is 50.
X plus Y equals 50. Their combined weight is 50 pounds. So that means their total weight together is 50. So X plus Y equals 50. Yeah, I would use the substitution method, I think. Like, I think I would... I think I would take this and put it where the Y is, right? So my new equation would say X plus 2X minus 10 equals 50. So it would be 3X. Then I add my 10.
I'm lost.
You're lost? So I took this 2X minus 10 because it says Y equals that, and I put it in place of this Y right here. So I replaced, that used to be a Y, but I replaced it with the 2X minus 10.
3X.
Then this had a 1, so 1 plus 2 is a 3X. Then I'm adding 10 to both sides, so I get 3X equals 60. So X is 20. So his brother's dog weighs 20. What's that mean his dog weighs?
Twice that.
Twice that, but minus 10 off of that. 30. And isn't 20 plus 30 50? So remember, it's got to make both equations work.
The 2030.
2030. Yeah. 2030. Okay. Yeah. I use substitution on that
Do you
one.
have to use that?
No, you can use graphing, you can use addition, I don't care.
Whenever you do the addition one, it says y equals 2x minus 10, and then below it's y equals 50 equals x. They're not lined up.
Right, so you would have to move the x over and make it negative x plus 50, or you would have to move the 2x over here and make it negative 2x plus y equals negative 10. Okay? Or Caden, you can make them both say y equals and plug them into your graphing calculator and graph them. Either way is fine with me. Okay? Any questions about that? Guys, I think that Juliana said in 5th period, she said, what if there's some that don't have a than in it? It really doesn't matter then which one's x and which one's y. But if it has than in it, I would let the one that's after than be x. Okay? All right.